Hi, we are from Group 15 and this is the outcome of research that we have done about COVID-19 disease. But before we start the presentation, let me introduce myself and my group mates. I am Muhammad Naim Shafiq. Together with Muhammad Arif Fikri and Wan Muhammad Mushrif, we have completed and compiled this presentation. Introduction to COVID-19. The disease was declared as a pandemic by the World Health Organization, where a cluster of unknown cause were detected on the 31st of December 2019 in Wuhan, China. This disease is then named as Coronavirus Disease 2019, COVID-19, by WHO in February 2020. First COVID-19 cases in Malaysia were discovered on 25th January 2020, and until today, Malaysia have recorded 611,000 positive cases, where the highest contributors are from the state of Selangor. During these 2 years of movement control order, Malaysia have recorded 3,291 deaths due to COVID-19, and until today, the progress of vaccination program are really slow and have been criticized by Malaysia citizens.
Hello, my name is Arif and I will talk about the mechanism of action for COVID-19. The virus is called SARS-CoV-2. It follows a viral life cycle that has 6 steps. First is attachment, second is entry, third is replication, fourth is biosynthesis, fifth is assembly, and the last one is release. For the attachment, the spike protein attached to angiotensin-converting enzyme 2 is to receptors found in the host cells. Then, S protein is cleaved to 2 subunits S1 and S2 by host cell protease. The main function of S1 is to bind to host cell surface receptors, while S2 is to mediate membrane fusion by releasing the fusion peptide. Entry part employs 3-step methods involving receptor binding and induced conformational change in spike S glycoprotein. It follows by captazine L proteolysis through intracellular proteases. All of this is to further activate the membrane fusion within the endosome to open it and release the virus. Then the nucleocapsid of the virus is uncoated via proteasome to release the viral genomic RNA strand. The next step is replication. The genomic RNA of coronavirus acts as an mRNA for translation of replicase polyprotein 1A pp1A and 1AB pp1AB. After that, autocreatolytic cleavage occurs at this polyprotein to produce non-structural proteins that are RNA-dependent RNA polymerase, helicase, and non-structural protein 346. This non-structural protein anchoring the replication transcription complex through the recruitment of intracellular endoplasmic reticulum membranes to form double membrane vesicle. RNA-dependent RNA polymerase and helicase localized to the double membrane vesicle. This drives the production of subgenomic RNAs and produce structural and accessory protein by translation. Then, the structural protein M, S, and E are synthesized in the cytoplasm, then inserted and folded in the endoplasmic reticulum. After that, it was transferred to the endoplasmic reticulum Golgi intermediate compartment ERGIC. On the other side, the N protein binds the viral genomic RNA in the cytoplasm. Why? It is to form nucleocapsid. As a result, they coalesce within the ERGIC membranes to self-assembly into new variants. Finally, matured viral are released via smooth wall vesicle by exocytosis to infect other cells. This causes the stress of viral production on the endoplasmic reticulum, eventually lead to the cell death.
Next is symptoms of COVID-19. There are a few common symptoms for COVID-19, which is fever, dry cough, and tiredness. There are also less common symptoms, which is aches and pains, sore throats, diarrhea, conjunctivitis, headaches, loss of taste or smell, rash on skin, or discoloration of finger or toes. As there are normal symptoms, There are also serious symptoms which is difficulty of breathing, chest pain or pressure, loss of speech or movement, inability to wake or stay awake.
Effect to human. So, based on what we can see from the slide, Italy's National Health Authority said that 99% of deaths happen to people who already have health problems such as diabetes, hypertension, and so much more. In United States of America, 1 out of 5 persons whose age between 20 until 44 are infected by the virus. The virus itself will invade our body, infect our cells, duplicate inside our body, and causing a lot of damage such as breathing difficulty. Next, it does not only affect the health, but deep inside, COVID-19 has causing a mental health problems due to the fact that people cannot go out easily, isolated in our own rooms and houses, which will then trigger depression, grief, anxiety, insomnia, trauma, and so much more. So, in this moment of time, we would like to give some positive words to those who are mentally affected, just so you know that you are not alone. We are all in this together, and here are a few tips in order to cope with. Firstly, focus on what we can control. Secondly, find social support such as friends, families, and maybe some NGOs. Third, prioritize on self-care. Fourth, find a way to help others. And lastly, seek professional support. Lastly, effect towards economy. Based on Vishnu Varatan, the head of Economics and Strategy, Mizuho Bank, he stated that quantifying the impact of COVID-19 on Malaysia GDP remains quite challenging because the impact comes not only through the step that the government takes to contain the virus, hence affecting retail, hospitality, tourism, airlines, and so on. We have closed our economic industries, and that affect a lot towards our country's GDP. But in order to save life, whether we like it or not, the rulers of Malaysia, especially the kings and politicians, must come out with crucial plan in order to save the people's life. So, that's all from us. We would like to say thank you for your time, stay safe, and follow the standard operating procedure.